Good evening. Sunday night again. I'm Scottbinsack. Welcome to my show where I discuss life, love, relationships, and share a little bit of me along the way. Some people have recently said to me, Scott, how can you go on live video and share your past and the traumatic things that have happened to you, as well as other successful things, etc. And I'm like, I don't have a problem with that. I'm very comfortable with myself. I'm confident in myself, and I'm a real person. It took me 40 some odd years to become this person, but I'm happy that I'm here. Thus, I don't mind sharing anything. I'm not one to hide anything, and people who do know me know I'll tell it like it is, and I call it staying real. Something I think a lot more people should do. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about jealousy and hatred. Something that I have experienced since I was young, and still experience every day, as well as I know many, many people who also experience the same. I believe jealousy is the root to all evil, if you want to use the word evil. Uh, Not money. Money is not the root to evil. And as I've discussed in other shows, I bring up my childhood a lot, because to understand my story, you have to understand my beginning. And as I also said, I'm in the process, you'll be seeing another website soon that's going to be hosting my video audio autobiography. Now, this is not a audio book. This is going to be me telling my life story on video from different places all over that I've been in the world. And it's a story that needs to be told, because I want others, hopefully, to learn from the mistakes I've made in life, as well as the suffering I've had to endure, as well as my successes. And I've had many, many successes along with failures. Being young, I started to experience jealousy at a very early age, especially in school. And as I've talked about in other shows, I was in several different schools before the 9th grade when I dropped out. And when I was in those schools, it's funny, I was the new kid, I was always transferring schools, my parents being from their divorce and being thrown here and thrown there. And I would go into these schools and I would just be me. I'd actually just mind my business. I was in so many different schools. I just a lot of times stayed to myself. But I played sports, played football. And when I first would go into these schools, it happened all the time. When I would come out at the end of the day to either walk home or go on the bus, there was always one guy or three guys waiting for me. Oh, you like my girlfriend. My girlfriend likes you. And I'm like, I don't even know who your girlfriend is, or your sister, or whoever. And this is where I learned to fight. And believe me, I learned to fight. Excuse me. I had no choice. Had no choice. And it wasn't because of anything but pure jealousy. Pure jealousy. Where others can look at somebody and they don't like them, whether they could be better looking than them or more outgoing than them, or people flock to them because some people are people persons, as I want to call them. They're very good with people, and I'm very good with people. And this same type of jealousy roots into business. When you're successful, oh my God, others look and they'll do anything that they can, and some of them your closest associates and friends. When you make it, wow, the jealousy and the hatred that comes from them, because there's no other word for it, the hatred. And I believe jealousy again goes back to a person's self-esteem, as well as they devalue themselves, thinking that I want to be like that, or I want to be as successful as that, or I want to look like that, and they can't, and they don't know how to. And it can become very vicious. I mean, wickedly vicious. As well in relationships where the one is jealous of the other. If it's a woman and she has male friends, and the husband or the boyfriend is like, oh, what are you doing with him? And he could be a good looking man or not. They get very jealous because one's attention may not be directly on them at all times. As in business. And people do horrible things, horrible things when they are jealous. They will try to derail you or degrade you from who you are as a person or your business, and thus as you. And I can remember, as I said, I quit school and I went to work for somebody till I was 17 and a half, a local contractor on Long Island. And at 17 and a half, I was running crews. All I loved to do was build. That's all I loved to do. And I did it to survive as well. And I went out on my own. I started with small jobs and then moved up to bigger jobs. And by 23, I was a self-made millionaire. That didn't make me better than anybody else. It just made me me. We're all the same. And in doing so and rising up to the top, you seem to pick up these people along the way, the acquaintances and the alleged friends. And you think that they'll be there for you when you need them. And they turn out that they're not. And when some of them get the opportunity, or there's a little chip taken out of your iron, your stone, your success, they will take advantage of that. And they will come in like sharks, and they will feed, and they will talk behind your back, and they will try to, again, degrade yourself, your company, your business. And it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And I had to learn to walk with my head held high and not worry about what others think, but I also learned to choose my friends wisely and my associates. And I never stopped doing me. You can never stop being you. And I have to be honest, I've never been a jealous person. I believe that people should work together. If I see somebody successful, I'm like, wow, okay, I'm impressed by this person. How did they get here? What made them get here? What can I learn from them? Can I befriend them or do business with them? And the same thing is in a personal relationship. You can't be jealous of what the other person, what's going on in there, what they're doing. Or your friends, be jealous of your friends. You're not really their friend then. You're hating from within, like backstabbers. And you backbite when they're not looking. And there's so many. Where I grew up on Long Island, there's a lot of people like that. And at the same time, it teaches you how to survive. Because if you don't, because so many people are out to get you, so to speak, or dislike you, it makes your skin tough, and it makes you want to keep succeeding and to make yourself better. And I had to learn that. And I want others to learn that not everybody's your friend. Not everybody is your business associate looking out for your best interests, because they're not. Nor in a relationship, if you're with someone who's jealous, thus they're insecure, as I've talked about before. But that jealousy, oh, it's horrible, will destroy your relationship. Will destroy your relationship. And you can take this negative as I want to say, energy from others and turn it into your good. It's like taking a bad situation and getting something good out of it. And if you can master that, as I've said before, and as I go along, I'm trying to teach you that if you can master that, you've mastered peace. Because anything that comes your way, you can turn into something good and learn from it, as well as generate something from it. All that jealousy that I suffered, as well as I see others suffer, made me into a stronger person. It made me realize that, because I used to feel like, what did I do? Did I do something to this person? Did I say something to this person? Did I not keep my word to this person or people or associates, whatever? And over the years, I got to learn I just was being me. And people will not like you for you. And that's fine. They don't have to like you for you. And you have to be comfortable with that. The problem is if the people that don't like you for you are in your circle, or in your home, or in your bed, and they're jealous, and there are jealous people in relationships, whether the husband, the wife, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, they get jealous of one another. I know even parents that I've had relatives be jealous of me. The ones, you're not going to make it, you're not going to be anything. And then when I made it, well, they were at my door, all right. They were at my door. Hypocrites. Hate hypocrites. And I don't hate anything really. And so I shouldn't use the word hate. I despise, don't dislike hypocrites. Because I'm not a one for hating anything or anyone. And I'm really not. So using the word hate is bad for me to do. But, and it stems around jealousy. Oh, God, the relatives are jealous. I actually even had, I remember I had gotten my first car, and I had worked for it, and worked for this brand new. And I was only 18 years old, got it with my own money. A relative was so jealous that I came out in the morning, and not only were my tires slashed, my entire truck was slashed and keyed and everything else. And this was a relative, because they were so jealous that I had gotten this nice vehicle. And I worked for it. And people always like, from the outside looking in, look at someone, and this is where a lot of jealousy comes from, and they go, wow, I want that. It's like the neighbor next door. One person gets a pool, and the next door neighbor's like, oh, I gotta have one of those. We have to get one of those. Come on, do you? If you wanted a pool, you would have gotten one before. You don't get one because the neighbor got one. That's jealous. That's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Nobody looks at how a person got what they have. If somebody works very hard for what they have, you should respect them, not hate them. If somebody's attractive and you may not be as attractive, you're just as blessed as they are. It doesn't mean anything. You have to be secure with yourself, real to yourself. And I wish people would really, really get that. It doesn't matter. You don't have to hate on people. You don't have to be jealous of others. Take that energy and focus it on yourself, and you'll be able to make something of yourself. And I'm one that I've truly been blessed that I can take bad energy, bad situations, and turn them into good situations. And you can do the same. If you're jealous of others, look at yourself and ask yourself why you're jealous of somebody else. And usually 99% of the time it's because you haven't done what they have done. Maybe because, not maybe, most of the time it's because you're the problem. You haven't done it because you maybe too lazy to do it. Maybe want it given to you. And a lot of people want things given to them. I don't want anything given to me. And I look at people, and I have a lot of friends, and some of them are good friends that have been given a lot money-wise. And some of them are very good people, down to earth, humble. But the others, they've been given everything, spoiled rotten. And they don't care. And they're the type, this one got a new car. Oh, I'm going to have to get that. This one went on vacation here. We have to go here and do better than that. Yeah, well, who wants to live their life like that? You're going to end up dying and not even knowing who the hell you were. Because you're so concerned and so jealous of what somebody else has and hating on what they have that you've never taken the time to focus on yourself. And everything in life comes down to you, to focusing on you. Then you can be a better business person, father, mother, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. Parent. Don't hate on other people. And another big part of this is the want and desire for success, for money and materialistic things. Materialistic things are nice. However, the need for that, and when someone else has it and that person doesn't have it, they want to take that because they don't have it and they haven't figured out a way to get it. And really in life, there are no get-rich-quick schemes. I'm sorry to tell you. And that's why I get very upset when I see people on the internet. Oh, get rich doing this, get rich doing that. And if you don't like me for saying it, those people marketing that stuff, oh well. If you're not born with a substantial amount of money, the only way you're going to get it is by working hard. And more so, being yourself and doing what you love to do. I have seen such jealousy and hatred. I can't even explain it to you. And when I tell my full story, you'll understand. I mean, I've had some horrible things happen to me by some over being jealous of me or my successes. And then when you're down, wow, do they love to kick you and then even try to make it worse so that you stay down. And now here's the key. If you've experienced this, and I know many of you have, and it could be with your girlfriends, guy friends, in business, at work, where people are jealous and they backstab you, and you think that they're your friend and they're not. The best thing you can do is pick yourself up and become a better person. Become stronger from their negative actions. And don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. It doesn't matter what other people say or think about you. Any of us. It doesn't. That's the problem with our society. Everybody has, it's become this judgmental based society where if you're not in this group or this clique or this part of this, then you're shunned upon. It's very sad, actually. Very sad. And I know, because growing up and becoming successful at a young age, I too at one point was very judgmental of people. I too was never jealous, but would look at others and see their flaws and faults and things. It's not my place to judge anybody. It's no one's place. Because you never know what that person's walked through to be where they are or going through what they are to cause the actions that they're doing. You never know, because you're not in their shoes. That's why, for one, to be jealous of somebody or hate the other person, you have no idea what that person had to do to get there. Whether it's working out, I see it at the gym, guys are jealous. Oh, look at that guy. Yeah, he's on steroids or he's on this. And the guy's not on steroids. He just worked hard on his body. But they're hating on the guy. What does that tell you about the person that's hating? Me, I look at those guys and I'm like, wow, this is great. What workout program are you doing that, or what are you taking that I can help myself with to make my body better? Jealousy is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Hatred is horrible. Please, I say this to you. If you are a jealous person or you're hating, or you know somebody in your life that's like that and they don't want to change, move on, get them out of your life. And if you have friends like that are going to backstab you and are jealous, they're not your friends. Sorry to tell you. They're not your friends. I'd rather be with no friends than have fake friends and jealous friends. And business associates, always keep your enemies closest. Always. It's not a very good way to live, but sometimes you have no choice. Because I can assure you, if you're more successful than they are, there's people hating, and there's people jealous, and you can't trust them. You can never trust them. And if you're the victim of hatred and jealousy, grow stronger from it. Become wiser from it. Never, ever lower yourself to their level. And although I've been very successful, I've fallen on my face many times. Many times. And it was sad because when I was younger, especially, and I didn't know the wisdom I do now, those people I counted on for being there to pick me up, or to help me at least pick myself up, weren't there. But I thank them now, because that's what made me the stronger person, the wiser person. It made me who I am today. So again, in closing, I say to you, just be yourself. And if you harbor jealousy and hate, look in the mirror. Seriously, look in the mirror. Take that energy, focus it on yourself, and find out why you're jealous. Find out why you're hating other people. You're not going to go anywhere with jealousy and hatred. You're never going to go anywhere. And by hurting others, karma's a bitch. And it's there. It's really there. I hope that out of this, you get something to where you can become a better person tomorrow. Even tonight, into tomorrow. Because life's too short. You can never get today back. So don't be jealous and don't hate. Stay real. Good night.